What's good, y'all? It's your boy Big Chris, Underdog of the World podcast, y'all. And today we have a special guest, E Josiah, aka Coach E. What's good, bro?
It was good, bro. Glad to be here, dog.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Welcome to Underdog of the World podcast, man.
So
Man, so where you from, man?
yeah, so I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. It's the center of the state of Alabama. So normally when I say that, folks think I don't wear shoes, which it is footage out there with no shoes on, man, with the middle school kids. But you do anything for the kids, man. But like we wear shoes down there. I'm from a city where it's big skyscrapers, things of that nature. So I'm from the inner city. Graduated from an international baccalaureate high school. Had the test to get in. Top of the line football program. So from the development of that, and going to Murray State University. One thing about Birmingham is that the demographic of Black people supersedes any other ethnicity group. So I grew up as a majority, but coming around here, Murray State, West Kentucky, I found out quickly what it meant to be a minority, but it did give me a good grounding of establishing who I am as a Black man, so that I knew what I was walking into when I got up here, as far as the racial divide, the systematic systems that are inside of a place in different situations. So yeah, my upbringing, it was different from a lot of people, but I'm glad of it.
Okay, so you said you from Birmingham, Alabama, man.
Yep.
Man, what was that? What was that like? Like for you
hmm
living up there and coming up.
Well, it was interesting, man, especially with the crime rate that Birmingham has consistently been increasing over time, and it's actually gotten worse since I've been gone. Growing up there, you really don't realize how bad it is until you leave. It's almost like you really can't smell stink on your breath till somebody tell you this thing.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying? But it forced me to live a certain discipline of a life. It taught me discipline at a young age because one thing about that area is that you don't have to go out and find trouble; it'll automatically
Find
find you.
you.
And coming up here, I was finding that I would have to find trouble to get in trouble. So it taught me a certain level of discipline. It taught me a certain level of discernment at a young age. In order to change behavior, you got to change your friends. I
Right.
learned that by hanging around the wrong group of people at one time, getting in trouble, and then developing that sense of urgency to go ahead and attack some of the dreams that I had in place. Because I figured that in order to make it out, I couldn't be like the common people. I couldn't be, um, you know, if Jesus had to leave the 99 to go get that one, I couldn't always be that one. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I had
Right.
to I had to develop a sense of like, dang, bro, let me stay closely knit to who God is, so that I can help God find that one. So I had to. It was a whole process, man, of making it out of Birmingham, and sometimes I had friends that didn't make it out. I had some that did die. Consistently checking social media to see if one of them did die. So it's just a harsh reality um, that sometimes I live through, and to be honest, sometimes it could be a guilt thing. People like to try to guilt trip you, or even without the company of other people, like just seeing it from afar, man. It could be real heartbreaking at times.
Yeah. See, man, it's crazy. It's trouble down here as well.
hmm
But man, but it's kind of easy to find it down here too as well. But not probably it's like it's easy as it is down there in Birmingham. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I grew up down here in Paducah. I've been out there a little bit, little there. I traveled one time, man, and that was it.
yeah, yeah,
It for me. I went about that life. So did you grow up in a two-parent household?
yeah, man. Two-parent household, man. Mother and father had both sets of grandparents on both sides of the family, so um, like it was real structure. And I really appreciate my father being present, because I mean, being an educator, I see even seeing my friends, man, like what are some of the hardships of growing up without a father. with the single parent household, and also with single fathers, because sometimes we don't talk about that as much.
Yeah.
So I was really blessed to grow up in a dynamic household.
So what age did you get into sports?
Man, about 5 years old.
5 years
Like
old.
I put on pads then,
At
dog.
five?
At 5.
Hey, bro, that's we are different. We can't play the third grade down here. Well, when they changed it now, but like when I was coming up, bro, you couldn't play
Yeah,
like third grade. So I had to
yeah,
wait all them years to play football.
bro. We was barely
I was ready.
walking.
I was ready in kindergarten, bro.
We was barely walking, learning how to run through a man, dog. Like it was. I wouldn't say it was bad, but I mean that's just the culture down there. Like football is it.
That's different, bro. Cause like
Yeah.
y'all ain't tell Paducah how to get down, man.
Mm.
Cause they had that started in third grade, bro.
Yeah, dang. But now I would say, I would even start at a later age as far as contact goes. Because being a coach and seeing how the kids are getting bigger at smaller ages, the game is getting faster at smaller ages. Man, like we damaging these kids' bodies, and then I've even seen some kids they're playing contact sports from August to July. So it's about 12 months of like straight contact.
Dang.
By the time they get to high school, college, their body's gonna be done, man. So we
Yeah,
really gotta watch. We gotta watch it.
yeah. It does take a wear and tear on your body, man. Trust me,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
Shoot, look at me. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I'm not playing no more.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, I read your Instagram post, man. You talking
Hmm.
about how now since you're not playing football no more,
Hmm.
you don't people that say they're gonna be there for you or ask you where you don't forget about them. They don't even
Yeah,
talk to you no more for real.
yeah, yeah, man. It's interesting. Like I saw as my life was going up and down, the people around me was going up and down too. So you got to realize what place people play inside of your life too. And I've learned how to do that. Whether it's somebody that just always want from me or somebody that always want to pour into me. Like, it's always a balance. I give back to my mentors by showing them the fruit of their labor, by showing them that, what you pointed to me, it hasn't gone or fallen on deaf ears. Um, and as the development, as I'm still growing and still learning, um, like I don't have any ill manner towards those people
Right.
because I got to win regardless. Like haters, they not my motivators, bro. Like I really can't put all the energy into them. And where I came up with that ideology from is when there was a gas shortage. So you mean to tell me you got a Mercedes out here, high value car, or even a Tesla that takes energy, right? And you want to put regular gas into a Mercedes? That's poison to that Mercedes. It's not gonna go nowhere. So
Right.
I'm like, why would I feed poison to push me towards greatness?
That's crazy. That's a good analogy, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, bro, you wise behind your ears, bro.
Yeah, dog.
For
Yeah,
real, man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So you grew up playing. You grew up getting the football. You got the football around 5 years old, man.
Hmm.
What position did you play?
I played. Shoot, at that age, I didn't even touch the offensive side of the ball other than to block, like on tight end. But defense at that age, I played nose tackle all the way to cornerback.
Really?
Played everything.
Played everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good, man. Put you
Hmm.
everywhere.
Facts.
Get a taste of everything on the field.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then once I started developing, body started developing, getting faster. Then I started playing linebacker and then running back because I was always the most physical person on the field. Then when I got to high school, middle school, played quarterback a few years because I was always a student of the game. I could manage things well. But when I got to high school, put quarterback to the side because I wasn't that confident at the line.
Yeah.
I was like, man, y'all not gonna hit me out here, dog. But ended up playing defense, playing safety, and that's what got me to college. So,
So I mean, how good was you? Would you say? Like, was you like
um,
how many offers? You like a lot of offers coming out of high school?
yeah, I had about 7 offers coming out of high school. Um, about 3 of those are real. Because a lot of these athletes, man, you'll hear about them having 30, 40 offers. What I tell a lot of athletes is how many of those are committable offers. Because sometimes people will just offer you to show you that they're interested, but you're about 3 slots behind somebody else that they want. So it's kind of like if they commit, the offer off the table. So if you ask a lot of these top athletes, they give their top 7 or their top 10, and they had about 50 offers. Sometimes that's their only 10, and they're good. but it's their only 10 because other schools decide to go a other direction.
Right.
So yeah, man, I had about 7 scholarships coming out of high school. I was a 2-star. Really didn't go to camps. I could have probably been ranked higher, but I didn't go to camps because I stayed hurt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man, now, you know what I'm saying, as an adult, looking back and stuff like that, man, like, we so behind there, so far behind the Paducah, man. Like, we
Hmm.
had, like, none of that down here, like, no camps. And
Yeah.
I should have went to camps and did all that stuff like that these kids doing nowadays, man, because it was so much better for you, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, nothing down here now. Now it's getting better.
Yeah.
And you got travel teams now.
Hmm.
And I would have loved to play all way year round. That's what only I would have played
Yeah.
if it was other things back then. It wasn't a thing back then though.
Right.
What was some of your offers that you did have?
So my very first offer, man, I got from not United States. God dang it, it was University of North Carolina, Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I ended up committing there because 3 weeks after I got that offer, I tore my ACL, bro.
Dang, bro.
So it was during a travel 7-on-7 team. I jumped up, and when I came down, it was just like
Yeah.
I like 2 pops, man. I was like, man, what? I've never been hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? To where I got up, knee was swollen immediately. I started walking. I was like, man, I can't put no pressure on it for real. I tried to get back out there and do it, but I backpedaled pretty fine. But when I tried to cut, I
Yeah.
just knew something
Wasn't
was
there?
wrong, man. So ended up getting surgery there. Was hiding it from that school for the longest until they wanted me to go to a summer camp and run around and stuff like that. I was like, nah, man, let me go ahead and tell them. So they tried to gray shirt me. But then Mercer came along down there, Macon, Georgia. University of South Alabama came along. Cincinnati came along. Cincinnati was like, man, we're going to turn you to a linebacker. I said, what? He said, we're going to put 20, 30 pounds on you, man. You'll be good about 205. So at that age, man, I'm like, you're going to put 20 pounds on me, 30 pounds? I'm like, bro, I weigh 185. You're not gonna put that much weight on me. So like as an immature, kid, I think that was one of them non-committable offers. You know what I'm saying? So once I started to develop, so you asked me now I'm 235 and don't look it. And then the most I ever weighed playing was about 205, 210.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
probably I talked my way out of that scholarship, man. But Murray State came along. That's where I ended up committing to go to school to Army. They came along up there in West Point, and then Stanford as well. Stanford came along, so it was a couple of schools, man, that came along, believed in me, and then just gave me a shot. And then Murray State is where I initially went.
Yeah. So, what about Mary made you go there? What about Mary made you pick Mary?
It was the last school on the table.
Really?
Like so, I've never been to Kentucky before,
Gotcha.
and in my mind, I'm like, man, I want to expose my sister to it. I want to expose my brother to it, and and what I could tell young athletes and anybody is that don't let anybody get in the way of your dreams, and just being real. Like I remember my dad, he was looking at my scholarships. My mom, they was looking at it. So at the time, all these scholarships on the table, and Murray State come along. Nobody in my family heard of it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my dad was like,
Too far away.
he was like, not even too far away. He was like, bro, you got other scholarships. Don't even worry about Murray State. But it was something in me, man. I was just like, bro, I don't know, Dad. I got to go, man. Like, I need to be there. It's something there for me. And I told my dad, I was like, hey, we gonna go. Me, my brother, my sister. So that morning, man, he was already in the car. He was waiting on me, man. So I really do believe that I thank my dad for believing enough in the vision to even support me that far. And then once we got up there, man, it was different. I ain't gonna lie, it was like snow, ice, whatever it was on the ground. It was real cold, so that turned me off automatically, being from the deep south.
Yeah.
But they said it was the friendliest town in America. Um, the program, it didn't have like this super stellar football program, but had a deep history rooted in it. The At the time, I wanted to be a police officer, but the coach ended up getting the chief of police on the phone and let me talk to him, ask him any questions, because I got my degree in criminal justice.
Okay.
So man, that within itself was saying like, dang, stuff is so closely knit to where I got the police on my side there. Everybody, coaching staff, was nice at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because all that changed when you hit campus. But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it just felt right at the time.
Man, that's good, man. Well, welcome to Kentucky, man. You know,
Yeah,
years
man.
later, man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, living down here, man, small town like this area right here, man. Everybody's like connections matter, bro. Like
Hmm.
connections get you anywhere down here.
Yeah.
Know the right people, man. So, man, that was I got you hooked, man. We just let you talk to the let you talk to the chief of
Yeah.
police.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
we got this kid now. He's coming here.
Yeah, man. Chief Lyle, dog. He actually played football at Murray State, and then he's a part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm a
Okay.
part of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay.
So that was a smooth connection, man.
And so tells you initially went for criminal justice. So
Hmm.
what did teacher come to play
So after I graduated,
after you graduated?
like, man, I fell out of love so bad with criminal justice midway through. I don't know what turned me off on it. Like, matter of fact, I do. I had an internship with the United States Postal Inspector Service, so they like the FBI, but on the mail side of things, right? So we was, I can't talk too much in detail, but like
Yeah.
it was a whole lot of investigation stuff I was doing, man. It was dope. Like it was fun, man. But I did this simulation one time, and it was I had to put this little headset gear on, had a gun, everything. It was fake bullets, but it had like a laser on it to where it knew exactly where I was pointing the gun and where I fired off, right? So I can give commands. It interacted with me. The AI did. So the scenario was I was an agent and I came in with my partner. We went to a United States Postal Office, and there was a breach in there where people were in the back doing something they weren't supposed to be doing. So I could give commands. I was like, hey, it was a Mexican, it was matter of fact, a Latino woman, it was a black guy and a white guy. So the Latina girl was the more aggressive one, right? So when I was like, "Hey, we need to see your hands. Please don't make any subtle movements. Like get on your knees on the ground, that type of thing,
Yeah.
because you go through different progressions as a law enforcement officer. But sometimes when another entity takes it up a notch, you really don't have time to go through all those steps because almost you got to take it, you got to stay in front of an aggressor at times. So when I went in, she was being aggressive. So I was like, hey, let me see your hands. And, first, I wanted to identify her. She didn't let me identify her. So after a while, she went back to my first command, but that's out of my head at this time because I'm like, I gotta go back to my family. Like, and all this is simulation. So I'm thinking it's real because like your mind is a powerful thing. So I'm like, let me see your hands. She said, oh, you want to see who I am? You want to see who I am? So she pulled out a wallet
Oh
from
man.
her back pocket, man. I didn't know it was a wallet, bro. I already had my gun out, so I just shot her 3 times. So she fell, and I'm like, oh snap. So she on the ground, wallet right there, and I'm kind of like, I feel bad for what I did, man. I got my gun right here, my guard down. White dude, he on top of her, like, oh my god, look what you did, look what you did. The black dude, he kind of like this. So the white dude turned around and pulled out an actual gun, shot me once, but I shot him twice. Then the black dude, he
That's
just went on the ground like this. So they went through the simulation. They said, where do they think that it hit me? It hit me right here, bro. At the internal, like at a vital organ. I would have died.
bro, that's crazy, bro. Like that was like so real, man. That's dope though.
Bro,
They put you through the stuff like that, man, because you need it,
bro,
bro. You need to be a police officer, bro. You need all that training, bro.
bro. And no amount of training can train you for something like that.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
spur of the moment. And like even with stuff like that, man, like your preconceived notions on what people are or who people are, that goes into it too. Cause it's like, man, your real and true intentions will be exposed in spur of the moments. Like sometimes what you intend to do well, bro, your soul gonna be exposed, man. So like I had to do some real deep down soul searching. It's like, dang, like why did I shoot her? Like why did I allow my guard to get down once I did shoot her and allow myself to get shot then? Why did my attention go to decompressing the whole situation? So it was a lot of stuff, man. But what really got me is I had a talk with one of the special agents, and of course they do a deep down search into whoever they allowing inside of
They
their industry.
for like a full background check on you and
Full
stuff.
background check, man. Even if you're doing the internship, and man, they did a full background check. They was like, "Hey, you shooting all these videos? That's great, but you gonna have to privatize your life." And I was like, "Why?" It was like, "Well, if you talk about this issue right here, and you go to court, that defense attorney is going to use that video against you because they're going to say you went into it with a preconceived notion, like your evidence is tampered with, all that type of stuff." So I'm like,
That makes sense though.
yeah, I was like, man, I can't sacrifice what I feel like God has ordained for me to do, and that's to be a voice to people, man.
Hey,
So
bro, I believe it, bro. Man, I like what you do with the kids, bro.
yeah,
Man, I wish
bro.
I had a teacher like you growing up, bro.
Dang,
Like,
man.
for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, school would have been way better. What you teach?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now I teach special education.
Okay.
So for my videos and stuff, you really couldn't tell I was teaching special education. Like all of the kids inside my videos, they're not special ed.
You must be in the
So
collaboration. What's it called? It used to be called collaboration
yeah,
class, right?
yeah. So I teach
Yeah,
collab classes.
yeah.
I got a caseload that I service kids, but if I touch time with all the kids, man, I teach about everybody in there, whether it's life
Man,
skills, curriculum, anything.
hey, bro, that's good. They need somebody like you in the school, bro. Like,
Yeah, man.
your vibes crazy, bro. Like
Yeah.
I said, bro, would love to have a teacher like you back in the day, bro.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It's been a true journey. And like you said, man, like just saying what got me into teaching, I was just
Yeah,
serving, bro. Like every position I've ever gotten or been up for, it was through serving. Every award, serving. Like, I just have a heart for serving, bro. Like I don't need a dime for it. I'm just passionate about it. And one thing I always told myself, I looked myself in the mirror, was like, if I'm not passionate about it, I'm not gonna do it. Because I mean I'm gonna give half effort. So went into the summer programs to kind of get students excited about learning again after COVID. Still trying to get them excited to learn again after COVID. So that summer program, man, I don't know if it worked or not, dog. But from serving there, I taught the kids step with the focus in writing. So really, I had them in tune with their emotions. Cause stepping, when you practicing, you gonna mess up. A lot of kids, they're not used to messing up and still going. They used to messing up, saying I'm not good at it. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
just give up on it or whatever.
So I had them writing about their emotions. So almost journaling. I said, I'm not even gonna take it up for a grade. I'm gonna give y'all a grade for this. This for you. So all I do is just check to see if they have a page full. Boom, that's your grade. You good. But it's teaching them how to be more in tune with their emotions, man. And then the superintendent, Don Shively, he ended up seeing how well I gelled with the students, had a bit of good rapport with the regular teachers that were there, and then offered me a job, man, a position to get inside the school system. So that's how I got involved.
Man, hey, that's what's up, bro.
Hmm.
Man, you never know what you know what I'm saying, serving where they can lead you to, the type of job they can lead you into, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you're gonna be a teacher?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be. But one thing that, matter of fact, it didn't even cross my mind. It wasn't that I didn't want to be.
You
It
didn't
didn't
think
cross
about
my
it.
mind. Like when I look at all the teachers I had impact my life, principals, coaches, one thing I can say is that I saw a strong representation of black men being teachers. Well, a lot of people don't. So usually kids, when you grow up, you aspire to be something that you see. So you saw an influx of politicians that thought it was possible after Barack Obama became president
Right.
because people saw that it was possible. Just like with me, man, like I saw that it was possible for me to be a black male educator, so I went for it. Like once it was offered to me, man. So
So did you get your degree? You finished your degree with criminal justice, right? You finished
yeah,
that
criminal
degree.
justice.
Did you
Yep.
go to school for like
Yeah.
teaching thing?
So that's one of the things with option six is what they call it, is it's an alternative certification. So you can do emergency certification or alternative certification. Certification basically gets you in the door to take classes and get your teacher's certification while you're learning. So that's the biggest thing. And I can honestly say the biggest educational tool that I have is being inside the building, leaning on my coworkers and people that I know that's educators. Because one thing that just like with of being a police officer. One thing that education can't teach you is real life experience. You got to apply the education and then use your prior knowledge to make a decision. And that's a one up that I do have that the alternative certification gives me.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I like, man. You got a strong head on your shoulders, bro. For real,
Appreciate it,
man.
bro.
So I know you got teacher of the year, your first year teaching, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is wild,
Like
bro.
that's wild. Like, you get that award your first year, man.
Yeah.
What do you think that you know what I'm saying you brought to the school where they feel like, hey, this guy's first year teacher. We love what he did so much. Yeah, we're gonna give him a teacher of the year award.
Yeah. I always go back to what the superintendent told me at the, I call it the negotiation table. They was hiring me. He said, you know, we know you don't have a background in education. We're not hiring you for that. We're hiring you because you can make an immediate impact. And he said it's like you are flying an airplane, but the airplane ain't built yet. Just don't fall out the sky. Your pieces are gonna come for you to build your airplane in the air. Just keep flying. That's what I've been doing. Like one thing that I do live by is what Drake say. I'm a rookie and a vet. So it's one area where I am deficient in. That's where I'm constantly gonna give my time to. But one thing that I do say I'm a professional in is communicating and making relationships with people. I'm like, man, I show somebody that they care, they'll learn 2 plus 2. But somebody that don't care, they feel like you don't care, constantly talking down on them and things of that nature, you're not valuing them as first as a human being, they're not gonna learn from you. And that's why I see a lot of people not at my school, not just at my school, but all around America, is that we have people in positions, not just teaching, but we have people in positions that are unfit because they don't know how to deal with people. And majority of the jobs in America are servicing who? People.
Yeah.
It's like, man, when they told me that when I was getting my master's and getting my minor in organizational communication. He said every job needs communication.
Yeah.
Every job.
You need communication just for everyday life, man. Like
Facts.
for real. Like being able to communicate with somebody and it's in every job in America.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to know how to communicate with people, man. Like you know what I'm saying? That starts at home.
Yeah.
You know, as a youngster, bro, learn how to you get mad at somebody, you just hit them.
Mm-hmm.
So tell them, you know what I'm saying, what they did to, you know what I'm saying, that upset you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I didn't know I was gonna get teacher of the year, man. Like they sent out the email and everything. I just looked at it. I was just like, oh well. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, man, what is teacher of the year kind of thing? Like I didn't ponder on it and say like this is possible for me. I just went to work and I just did my thing. Like I was like, man, I gotta impact these kids. I gotta find innovative ways. Like that's just who I am, man. And then once I found out it was possible, I'm like, shoot, I'm like God, like this is wild, this is nuts. And then just like this last week, I got information that I won outstanding middle school teacher award at Murray State. It's not in house for the thing, so I'm like, bro,
bro,
this,
when you walking in your walking in your
yeah,
purpose, man, God tends to bless you in like so many ways, bro.
yeah,
I feel that's what's happening to you, man. You walking in your purpose, bro, and
hmm,
all these doors and avenues are open up for you, man. So
right,
man, I commend you for that. That's what's up, bro. Like
yeah, bro.
man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Man, you're gonna go far, bro.
I appreciate that, dog.
And what's the overall goal for you? Like, want to be a principal one day? I mean, I know you probably been
Yeah,
thinking about the future now since you doing so good in this field.
yeah, man. My overall goal is to make an impact any kind of way I can. Like, there's so many ways I can make an impact through just the youth. I really have a heart for developing young men. I have a heart for that because a lot of men don't do it. Like I don't like I could say why, but every man has his own excuse. There's some
Right,
creative excuses out here, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you why men don't show up.
right.
But what I can tell you is the deficiencies that young men go through for men not showing up. And just as uh the crime rate is easily accessible, where you can go online and look at the crime rate of young black men getting killed in the street, there's an even higher rate of young black men dying from the lack of representation of older black men. So that's where my heart is right now, man. That's where I see myself making an impact through the nonprofit sector, whether it's serving, creating my own platform within the nonprofit sector, man. Like we gotta get it, got to.
I feel that, bro. I seen a little, you know what I'm saying, got that little, what's it called? Was it the Dads on Duty
Yeah,
program? Like,
yeah.
did you help start that, or it was right before you got
Nah, it
there?
was already there. It was
Really?
already there at the middle school, and that's one thing that I can say is that a lot of people think I have started a lot of things at the middle school. I always give homage to the people that started it, because to be honest, I haven't started much at the middle school. I've served, and I use my social platform to reach the people that it needs to make it bloom. So I've been like basically giving all my time to being PR for the district, making sure that it has a positive light inside the community. So with the Dads on Duty program, it was already there. I saw like it was uh, a lot of people not being engaged. I'm like, man, it's men out here. Like literally, I said that inside my post. I said, men show up. Like there's men out here. If you got a clean record, or even if it's just a misdemeanor, like do a background check anyway. We can use your story on how you even got the misdemeanor. Like we need you in the building. And then once I made the post, it went viral. News station came to the news to the school, interviewed Mr. Tyler, who's over our Tornado Star program,
Okay.
and shoot, man, it just took off from there,
Which
and we
one
just
is
started seeing men.
Dante or Fruity? Which one?
Robert Tyler,
Yeah, Dr. Fruity.
yeah,
That's why I know. That's all my.
yeah,
It's my. Yeah, that's why I call. Yeah, Robert Tyler.
yeah,
Yeah, he's on my first football coach. Well, you're my second year playing football, fourth grade. My football
yeah,
coach.
yeah,
So yeah, I played for him. Dante's brother, his brother. He coached Tim. I don't know if you know his
yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yep,
him. A bunch of other people, man. I played for my second year of football, man. It was like one of the best teams I played on, bro. Come growing up as a
yeah,
kid, bro.
man,
I
yeah,
love being around them, bro. As kids, but it's positive, man. You can always tell they cared about you, cared about what's going on, cared about.
right,
So yeah, it was a good opportunity playing play for that team.
oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. He talks a lot about those teams too. That when he coached there, made the
yeah,
state and all that type of stuff, man. He
yeah,
got a whole lot of stories behind it. So I know y'all made the impact on them too. Yeah,
yeah. It was good old days, bro.
yeah.
Now it's boom adulthood. You feel me?
Facts.
Kicking my butt right now, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you, man.
Dang, bro.
But yeah, but I mean, there's some positive things going on though. You feel
Yeah.
me?
That we gotta focus on, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
positive. And
yeah,
then we work on the negative. Make that boy into a positive.
man, for real, for real, for
Yeah.
real, man. But I would like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I might try to volunteer something
Hmm.
for the school, man. I mean, because
Yeah.
at one point, man, that's what I was trying to do.
Hmm.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Get involved with the kids, because man, I got a story. You know what I'm saying myself about.
Hmm.
I've been in the streets and getting in trouble and stuff like that or whatever, man. But I mean, I just got a misdemeanor on my record now, so
Yeah.
nothing major, man. But yeah, man, I got stories, and I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, impact children
Hmm.
to make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? Kids that look like me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Make sure they, you know what I'm saying, just be that positive male role model, man. And
Hmm.
I see what I did. I went to the county, man, because I couldn't get on down here at the school coaching football. I couldn't get it on, but I ended up getting on at the county. Just by talking to the right person, and
Hmm.
trying to get a job out there at Heath, man. Heath Middle School, man. That was the worst decision I made, man, because I originally applied for the ISD position. They
Hmm.
gave it to somebody that had the experience, which was
Hmm.
understandable. You feel
Yeah.
me? But ended up taking a custodian job, man, and you know what I'm saying it painted the wrong picture of me.
Hmm.
I knew dang well that what I'm saying I wasn't gonna do good at that job, but I wanted to be in a building and run the kids so bad. I took
Yeah.
that job and tried to make a positive impact, and all it did was just what I'm saying just hindered me, you know what I'm saying, from
Hmm.
maybe probably think I got a bad work ethic or something, but you know what I'm saying, but yeah, so
Yeah.
be interesting to get back out there eventually, man.
Bet,
So
bro. On your way in then.
I'll be hitting you up eventually, bro.
Yeah. I
About
mean,
it,
how soon is eventually?
man.
Like next season?
Huh?
Like next this upcoming season?
Man, it just depends on what my situation is in a few months, man.
Bet.
So
Well,
I'm at a job right now that
hmm,
I can't work nights,
bet,
but if I get out of that, man, as soon as I think I will, then I will definitely be, you know what I'm saying,
bet.
hitting you up about it, bro, for real.
Yeah, because we're looking for some coaches now to help us out. So,
D line I played. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I played D
mm-hmm.
line, linebacker, fullback. Did all of it growing up. So
Man,
I got experience in that. But man, you're a motivational speaker too, right?
mm-hmm.
Man, how'd that come about, man? Like how you become? I know you got a lot going, you got a lot of stuff, school.
Yeah.
How did you become this? You know what I'm saying? This positive person you are today, man. Because I mean, being positive, man, it's hard sometimes, man.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you stay so positive? And how did you become so positive, man?
It's a fight, bro. Like it's a daily fight, dog. Like literally, like, I have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, "Hey, bro, like you a dog, you a beast." Like the same pep talk I give myself to go out there and hurt somebody on the football field, I got to give the same pep talk that I do consistently inside of life. Because one thing I tell myself is that I'm gonna have to get my jersey retired off of what I did off the field, not on the field. That's how I'm gonna make history, and that's how
That's
hard I
good,
go.
bro.
Like they're gonna have to put me in the Hall of Fame somewhere for some. You know what I'm saying? So like when I coming out of high school, I was mean, bro. I was mad. I was just mad at the world, bro. Like I'm for real. And like what got me to it is that football. That was my outlet. Like when I'm in school, I'm like, shoot, I'm nice, man. You know, I'm leading praise and worship growing up to my parents, ministers. So I'm like, man, I'm like I could praise God, everything. But when I hit that field, bro, I'm ready to hurt you.
Another person.
Like I'm a whole nother person, bro. That's why I feel like sometimes football players need to have a therapy session after, make sure everything right upstairs. Because literally, in order for you to be a good football player, you have to hit a switch.
Yeah, you got that dog mentality,
You
bro.
see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's animalistic, bro. Like it is. So like it got so bad, man, to where when I hit somebody, like my brain would produce a chemical reaction to make me taste blood. Like, I literally taste that jump, bro.
Dang, bro.
Like
I
it's
ain't,
not, it's
I ain't,
psychotic,
bro. I ain't never heard no stuff like that before, bro.
man, bro. Like
Never,
that's
man.
that's just that was just me.
Dang, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And
Transferring to to a whole demon on the field, bro.
bro, that's what it was, man. And one thing is, I heard my mentor said this one time growing up. Bro said, "Hey, I want to hit a man so hard, I want to help them meet my God."
Dang, man.
So he said,
That's
"I want you to
tough,
feel
bro.
God when you feel me hit you." That's how hard he wanted to hit somebody. So I adopted
Dang.
that mentality, and I also it was a funny situation I think of now. It really wasn't funny, but my fiance now, which was my girlfriend then, we was at a party in college, and this dude came by and just smacked on the butt, right? So my mind, bro, I'm like, hold on. Like I wasn't thinking about scholarship. I wasn't thinking about football. I wasn't thinking about family. I'm feeling let down. I was ready, like the same blood I want to see on the field. I saw it then. So like I him, bro, up on the wall. Whole party stopped. The football players I was with, it was like, oh, it was like, yo, we like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just acting crazy, man. And like I ain't even hear all that. I just watched videos and stuff, man. I had bro on the wall. Then I had let him off when she had pulled me outside. So bro was like, all right, bet we'll be out. We'll be back. We'll be back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Basically insinuating that he was gonna get something from the car. So I had some football players that, they went to their car. So once they came back, them boys never came back. But one of the guys put me to the side, man. He like, hey, they bro that you had up against the wall, he got a murder charge pending. So in my mind, I'm like, hold on, shoot. I said, I don't got nothing on me. I just bet I just hope somebody else had me, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that was one thing. So that was like my wake up call to be like, bro, you don't need to be doing this, because like
yeah,
even though you could have whooped, bro, he
yeah.
had something that could take you out of here that you couldn't come back from.
Bro, coward, bro. Coward.
But then
He was
again,
gonna shoot you, bro, and then not care, bro. Go
not
to
kill.
prison the rest of his life, bro.
But
You
that
feel
wasn't
me?
bro fault.
Nah.
That's my fault.
Yeah, yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
like now, take it again. You touch my girl, I probably would do the same thing now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But like back then, bro, like the way that I was kind of hyping up the situation, because like your decompressing methods where you can be like, okay, I need to calm down. My bad, I kind of lost. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't none of that. Like it was like, yo, go get it then. Like it was like that. Where like all I saw was blood. But
Yeah,
now, like I know how to do things a little bit differently because I got a whole lot more at
So,
stake.
so you kind of saying that like that bloodlust you got on playing football, you saying it
Yeah,
transpired to real life.
bro, it transpired to something positive, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm bloodthirsty over saving somebody's soul, dog.
I see, it's flipped.
It's flipped
Something
now.
positive now.
It's
Yeah.
flipped, bro. And like that same night, man, it was a girl that like we became friends after, but I we used to clown down there, like talk bad about you, you know what I'm saying? But they talking back, so we just we flaming each other, throwing jokes around, talk about people, you know what I'm saying? But I talked about her pretty bad, not gonna repeat the joke. But it was one of them jokes where like it ended the whole joke session. Everybody taking off running. You know, black people, bro, when something funny enough, bro, everybody just take off scattering like roaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, everybody took off running and everything. So I went home with the cookout, got my meal, went home. Roommate came back, like, hey, bro, what you said about her, man? Like, what you did? She over here crying. And I'm like, she crying? What you talking about? He said, yo, what you? I said, dang. Ask her, what was it about the joke I said? She said, yeah. So I was like, dang, bro, like words really do got power. So I decided right then and there, for one, I was gonna stop cussing, and then for two, I wouldn't talk bad about nobody another day in my life. And then I stopped cussing because I'm like, man, if I'm on stage somewhere and I'm talking about somebody, I mean, or I get very riled up, and what's inside my soul, what I do behind closed doors is cuss.
Gonna come to light.
It's gonna come out, dog.
Yeah, see, man, I struggle with that too, cussing, bro. I'm
Yeah,
trying so hard not to cuss on this interview right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah,
I'm trying to put something out positive, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much cuss words and stuff like that. So y'all understand that too, man. Like, something I gotta
yeah.
work on myself.
You know how I stop, bro?
How you stop?
Man, so I knew I was trying to get bigger anyway. So this is how I always turn something negative to something positive. So I said every time I cuss, I'm gonna do 10 push-ups no matter where I'm at. I be on the football field, I make a mistake. Hey, hold on, coach. Boom, 10. There.
Okay.
So I'm in class. I cuss. Watch out. Boom. Right there. Whole class counting them out. I'm crossing the bridge. Negative 20 degrees. Push-ups. So I'm constantly doing that because I'm like, I'm not finna embarrass myself. I cussing out here. Then I looked at it from a lack of self control and conforming to the environment around me. Because I look at myself as a thermostat, not a thermometer.
Right.
I give the temperature, I don't take it. So any room I walk in, it's gonna be a shift no matter what, because I gotta set the temperature. And I was like, man, I'm up conforming to my friends because in front of my parents I don't cuss. When I go to job interviews, I don't
No
cuss.
cuss. Yeah.
So why in the world when I get around these group of people, I'm conforming to how I feel like they should view me? I said, never again. Can't do
Yeah, bro. That's crazy, bro. I ain't never thought about it like that
it.
either at
Yeah,
all, bro. Like, man, like I said, bro, you wise behind your
bro.
bro,
Appreciate it,
for
bro.
real. So, has coaching something you always wanted to do?
Nah,
No.
nah, it wasn't. It was always in me. But my mom, she told me, she gave me a word. She was like, you gonna be coaching. I see coach on you. Like, coach? Nah, I ain't gonna be coaching, man. Like I'm done with football. Cause it just I left on a good note. The last game I ever played, I had 4 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 3 pass breakups. It was good. It was a good game. It was a spring game. I just left on a good note. But as far as like developing the next generation, I wouldn't even say I ran because folks be like, yeah, I ran from like my purpose and all that. I wasn't even running. I was just trying to figure it out. But once I started teaching, the head coach was like, hey, like you played at Murray State? I was like, yeah. He said, hey man, come help us out this season for football and everything. I'm like, I come out there a couple times. Like I'm seeing what got me was when them kids started backpedaling, bro. I said, Coach, can I say something? He said, yeah, go ahead. I said, man, I just started like getting it. I was like, dang. Then I saw the first athlete get it right on the first time. So I'm like, man, good job, man. All right, next. Boom. So like it the space and opportunity just allowed it to come out naturally, man. And I was just like, man, yeah, I gotta
Man,
do this. I got to.
yeah, bro, it's addicting, man. Coaching is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
man, I got the bug. Man, I had help with some coaches. I helped like sixth grade little league one time,
Mm-hmm.
and Went to this I heard McCracken, and I was working with the offensive lineman. Man, I was putting them through drills and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Man, like each time they was getting better and better and better and
Mm-hmm.
better. Man, I just enjoyed it. Man, I felt like man, it's something I can do
Yeah.
every day, all day. Man, and be content with it, man, and not ever wonder. You know what I'm saying? On anything else. For real, that's how I felt
Yeah.
at the time. So yeah, so when
Yeah.
you get that coaching bug, man, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to break it, man. For real.
Yeah, what made me fall in love with it though is when school actually started and I started seeing my athletes in the building.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm spending all day with them in the building. Then out here, I can correct behavior inside the building, and I can really correct it in practice. Like,
yeah,
because the coach gives a certain kind of grace to where you can handle things a little bit differently out there. Because for one, they have a relationship with you, they know you love them, but you can be hard on them out there. Because a lot of times for athletes, ISD ain't good enough for them because you put them through hell the way you out there training. So it's like, man, ISD, oh yeah, I'm just chilling for the game. But then they realize they can't play a
yeah,
game because you in ISD or you miss school because you just wouldn't be good with kids. I mean, cool with your friends. You can't play the game, so it gives them that extra amount of accountability throughout the day. And when you inside the building with your athletes, you can consistently hold them accountable throughout every single step, being around their peers. So it's that's what made me really fall in love with coaching.
yeah. Because you can, you know what I'm saying, use able to, you know what I'm saying, to correct, you know what I'm saying, be there for them in
Hmm.
two, you know what I'm saying, more than one situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, just in the school, and on the football field too.
Yep.
And like, you know, I bet they probably one of your players get in trouble or something, but they call you, don't
Yeah, man. I'm
they?
like a doggone athletic
Yeah.
principal in that boy. Like it's like, hey, this one of yours? Nah, he play basketball. Still come on. I'm like, dang. Like you called me even though he play basketball. But I mean, they tend to respect me inside the building. They just see me as coach, not depending on what sport it is. So it's a joy and an honor to be called when the kid is acting up. That's how I view it. I don't view it as a headache that I got to deal with another situation. It's just a joy and an honor to deal with a kid when they going through what they feel like is a crisis at the time. So,
I agree, bro. 110% agree.
hmm
So how many places have you witnessed spoke around here? You know what I'm saying? You do different
um,
events and stuff like that.
yeah, man.
Talk a little about that.
How? Because I don't even think I answered your initial question. How I got into speaking,
Yeah.
but what I initially got into speaking was through a communication one-on-one class in
Okay.
college. Man, it was a teacher by the name of Professor Lau, Becky Lau. Man, she believed in me. I came to college with a strong accent. Like it's even stronger than now. Like it's very like you wouldn't be able to understand anything I said. Talking real mumbled, and then stuttering at times because I didn't know how to slow down or think about what I want to say next. I'm nervous and all that type of stuff. So man, she worked with me. She was patient, and then I got involved with this organization called Ransom, Radical Athlete and Student Oasis Ministry. So that allowed me to speak every single Monday. So every
Okay.
single week I was speaking. So when you practice some, you automatically get better at it. So I'm just practicing every single week consecutively,
Consistently.
man.
Yeah.
Consistently meeting up one on ones with people, consistently talking. So I'm having to get out of my comfort zone at the time. And then at the university, different opportunities started opening up as an undergrad because they saw the platform that was growing with Ransom. I was like, man, I'm emceeing this event, or I'm speaking at this event, I'm hosting this event. So once that started coming, I was like, man, I'm out here empowering people. I said more people need to hear, for one, the foundational message of Jesus Christ. That's what I advocate on. Whether or not I say His name, you're gonna feel His principle in His presence. Like every time I open my mouth. So when I started speaking in Dallas. I went there to speak one time. I also went to uh, Atlanta. Went to Atlanta to
Okay.
speak at the time. All these were conferences when I was doing my business at the time. Um, and then also went to Arkansas this past summer. Of course, I've been to Mayfield, Murray, Paducah, Birmingham, Alabama, Alabaster. Um, I've been in multiple places, man. Just speaking and just giving the message. So,
Man. So do you feel like you're walking in your purpose right now?
oh, for sure, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, but it had my purpose has so much depth. I hadn't touched the iceberg yet, bro, and I feel it.
I feel that, man. Like somebody that may be struggling,
Hmm.
with finding their purpose, or feel what does it? Do you feel a sense of relief when you're doing what you're doing because hey, I found what God has called me to do. Does it feel like I don't know, kind of feel relaxed, or what I'm saying, like
Nah,
I'm no,
nah, man, it's not a sense of relief.
mm,
Like both sides of life is hard. Like it's hard not knowing what you out here supposed to do, and you out here partying every single night. That's hard too.
yeah,
It's hard holding yourself accountable and knowing what your purpose is, and knowing you can't do that stuff no more. So it's stuff on both sides of the spectrum, man. Where you feel like the grass is green on the other side. No, when you find your purpose, you're gonna realize that grass over there dying, and that's why God putting you there to revive that grass. Are you willing to answer the call? That's why a lot of people run away from their purpose. They know what their purpose is. They feel it. They God give them signs. You pray for God to give you signs and wonders all the time. God give you something to be like, hey, like you're real good with children, but you get that bad child you don't want to deal with because it's too hard. Oh dang man, you real good at drawing. But when you don't feel like it, when you don't feel motivated to do it, you tend to have artistic block, or you good real good at writing, you have writer's block. Like we end up quitting before we can actually get down deep inside of our purpose because we feel like it's too hard. So that's why a lot of people don't go after what they want or feel like they're purposeful, is because they get in these funks where it's kind of like, dang, like, am I really called to do that? Or I know it's more out here. We really don't value what God has already presented to us and what we're already operating in. Can you take good care of the garden that you already have? Like it might be a season for potatoes. Potatoes ain't gonna grow when tomatoes grow. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, are you gonna be able to water the potatoes even though you really want tomatoes right now? Because the potatoes gonna get you to tomatoes. Like if you don't do that, you're gonna starve regardless.
man, that's a crazy analogy, but
Yeah.
hey, bro, that's that's a perfect way to put it, man.
Hmm.
Kind of remind me of those little story I heard. It's like you said, it's two farmers, right?
Yeah.
You heard it before. I don't know if you heard it. It's like two farmers.
Now keep going, bro.
Both of them, both of them prayed for rain.
Hmm.
Only one of the farmers got the rain. The question says, which farmer do you think got the rain? The one that just prayed, or the one who prepared his field?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I try to, I always look at that. I got that off of a movie. I don't know
Facts.
you ever seen Facing the Giants?
Yeah,
That's
man.
always stuck with me
Yeah.
ever since I heard
Yeah.
that, man. Because the guy, he was in that movie, he was struggling with
Hmm.
trying to know if he wanted to keep his job or not because they was losing, they went losing record. And
Facts.
he he couldn't be struggling having the kids, man. And he, what I'm saying, he turned his life over to God and started reading the Bible, and what I'm saying, he changed the whole aspect of the program, the
Hmm.
football program, man. And man, they won a championship, bro. They have a kid, man. It was one scene that a minister walked up to him and told him that, and he like I felt like God told me to, told me to, tell you that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you know, most of us want that kind of thing to happen. So we
Hmm.
know that God's talking to us like that, but it don't
Yeah.
happen to everybody, man. It
Right.
only happens to some people.
Hmm.
I find myself kind of wondering, like, that's what I want. You know what I'm saying? God do to me wants stuff like that, but that's not how life works. That's not how God works all the time, man. So
Yeah,
you know,
bro. Like, and God deal with people differently, bro.
yeah,
Like some people, you actually hear God's voice. Like I don't put it past him. Like people like, yeah, I heard from God. You won't ever
yeah,
hear me say I heard from God. Cause like God don't talk to me like that, bro.
yeah,
Like he knows that sometimes I can be very hard headed, bro. You know what I'm saying? So how God talk to me is he wait till my back get all the way against the wall because he know I got that dog in me. So I'm finna fight. You know what I'm saying? So he like,
yeah.
hey, your back against the wall. I'm gonna wait till you got no more fight left and realize that I'm God. And then that's when I'm gonna step in and show you that you couldn't do it by yourself anyway.
Man, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause honestly, man, like 2 weeks ago, man. Man, I got so down in the pit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't think I was gonna come out of it at all, man.
Yeah.
I was tired of my job, bro. I was tired of, what I'm saying, of, praying to God for, what I'm saying, what I'm saying, like, God, what is it, man, that I'm meant to do, man? What's my purpose? And I got so tired of it, man. I got done at dirt, man. I missed work. I was at the pit, man, and I'm begging God for these things, man. But I'm not doing what I need, you know what I'm saying, to get the answers. I'm not reading the
Mm-hmm.
Bible. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, taking time to work to worship him at all. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, asking
Yeah.
and expecting God to give me these things, but I'm not even putting in the work. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
to even hear what he needs me to hear. And man, one day I was sitting up here, to go to church, man, and sitting by myself. When the wife to get ready, man, I was just like, pop out my head, like issue was coming up. I was like, Jesus gave me everything, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything gave me. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason I'm alive. You know, I'm healthy, but I expect him to you know what I'm saying, just to you know what I'm saying, to give me my answer, like he owed me something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But once I realized that, you know what I'm saying, I realized that God does love us, and He is here for us. He says it multiple times in the Bible, man. All these things in the Bible that I can be reading
Mm-hmm.
to constantly remind myself that He's there all the time.
Yeah.
What am I doing that? Because I'm being lazy on, you know what I'm saying, reading the Bible. And ever since then, man, I've been kind of, I realized that I've been kind of better headspace. You know what I'm saying? I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing, devotionals every night.
Yeah.
And I've been, listening to, what I'm saying, a little bit of K Love and stuff in the morning and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying, it's put me in a better headspace, man. And I'm back.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
Like,
back.
dog, I'm so glad you started that, man, because like I really did find the cheat code to life, bro. Like literally. Like what I found is that God is not going to bless those that don't want to build his kingdom. Like if you vowed your life to God, bro, you say I want to serve you. But a lot of people really don't understand what that entails. Like you be like, yeah, I want to serve you. It's to build this kingdom. So somebody asked me, hey, I don't know what my purpose is, bro. Your purpose is to build God's kingdom. But one thing about God is He not finna let me get punked out by somebody that ain't serving Him. You see, that's how I look at it. Because again, I got that dog in me. So it's like if I'm out here competing, you see what I'm saying? Where I got a dope dealer right here, and I'm a hope dealer. God can't let this dope dealer be fired in me.
Right. Yeah.
So I gotta make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to basically outbid this dope dealer with hope for the youth that I'm out here battling for. So I know God gotta bless me because I'm building His kingdom. So it's like I'm finding innovative ways to pour back into the youth and paying it forward and giving my all there. That's my purpose. Everybody's purpose is to build the kingdom, but everybody has different talents to where it's going to be unique to where you feel like you at right now. So somebody could be a homeless man. He can still build God's kingdom and God gonna bless that man, bro.
I
It just
mean,
look different.
yeah, different people. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Different stories, man.
Facts.
Speaking of unlocking life, man. I seen your videos on, on Instagram, man, and
Mm-hmm.
man, them kids, respond. You play music every morning for them.
Every morning, bro. Every
They
morning.
respond like
It's
graciously. It looks like.
this thing called the House System by Ron Clark Academy. So it almost resembles Harry Potter a little bit with the houses and things of that nature. But it feels like a family. So I was like, you know what? I said, let's do some music. So it's a lady by the name of Miss Humphrey. She allowed me to use her Alexa speaker, and she was like, "All right, just tell her what to do. Play some music." So I was like, "Bet." So we playing some music, and I was like, "Man, we need it louder." Like, so I was like, "Man, let me go home and get my speaker." And to be honest, like I'm always the type. He was like, man, if you present something, if you give me an inch, I'm gonna take a mile to see how far I can get with it. Like, so I was like, what if we blast it, like, and so the whole hallway can hear it, not just this area right here. So I was just like, man, bump it. So I put it on, made like a little clean playlist, and just was blasting music all throughout the hallway, man. At first, kids, it was just like,
What is he
all
doing?
right, like this dude is very weird. Like he in a suit, but he acting like very energetic. And I'm new at the school now. Like people don't know me. Like I'm dealing with seventh graders. That's been there sixth grade, so they don't know who I am. They don't even know what my job title at the time is. So I'm figuring stuff out. They figuring stuff out. So who you think I got? I forced my football players to be inside the video. So our first game day, we was like, man, we need a theme song. So we chose Dreams and Nightmares.
Okay.
So it's a video. If you scroll all the way down my page, they in their jerseys. And we playing Dreams and Nightmares, and they just going crazy, like with the speakers, boom. So some kids after that video went like semi-viral, they started following me and stuff like that. Then you start seeing other kids get inside the videos and being happy and all that type of stuff. Start seeing teachers get inside the videos and stuff. So back then, like 2 years ago, like it wasn't long ago, but Instagram and Facebook really didn't go as hard with taking down videos that it has music and copyright on it.
Right.
So I would go Facebook Live. Parents, they'll be inside the car drop off line and they watching to see if they see their kid on the live getting lit. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
was just a great thing to see, man. Parents commenting and stuff like that, and also teaching the kids, how to have a correct way of getting lit. Because kids have their own definition. But with me facilitating it, it's like even though it's a clean version, hey, you can cuss a little Tom if you want to, but the clean version gonna stop in that cuss word, and your cuss word gonna be louder than it is inside that song. So your mom
Yeah.
won't hear too. Like,
Yeah.
so you got, hey, don't be in my videos with your pants down. You don't see my pants down. So it's it's building a strong culture of the kids learning, like, we can be involved with the culture, but don't portray yourself as a culture. Then I'm like, shoot, we could play some country, we could play some soul, jazz, everything. We play everything in the morning. We got Throwback Thursdays, we got Rock It Out Fridays, like, everything, man, that you can think of. We doing every single genre to meet every single kid.
And that's what's up, bro. Like, and like I said, told you earlier, man. Like, wish we had stuff like that when I was coming up as a kid, man.
Yeah.
Because like Paducah Middle School seemed like so different now from when I went there,
Hmm.
bro. Like, it's a whole new building. I guess a whole new building, whole new teachers and everything now.
Yeah.
So I mean, plus some time for by times are different now.
Hmm.
So, but like when I went there, man, it's like it was none of that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly feel like majority of my life, man. My teachers didn't care about me at all, bro. That's
Hmm.
how I feel. I mean, I've been saying my kids not going to Paducah City schools, man, because
Dang.
I had a bad experience in Paducah City schools, bro. So that's
Right.
why I say that. But man, like since it might change, man, because you got people
Hmm.
like you there and stuff,
Right.
and it's different now.
Yeah.
I can't, because I had a bad time there. Don't mean like my kids gonna have a bad time there. You feel me? So
Right.
it'll probably change up. My
Hmm.
thought process has changed, man,
Yeah, man.
for real.
So
So man, that's all we got time for today, man. I appreciate you coming on Underdog of the World podcast, bro.
yeah.
You shout your name, your Instagram name out for everybody if you want to. I mean,
Yeah, E Josiah, Kenty is the name. Instagram E_Josiah_. TikTok E Josiah Kenty. Matter of fact, no, that's not TikTok. I forgot what the TikTok is, man. But look up E Josiah on TikTok, man. It's on there somewhere. You should find me. Yeah, man. We just out here getting it, bro. Impacting the youth, dog.
I feel you, bro.
Yes, sir.